Hello, New York Giants fans, and welcome to your Giants News Roundup for Wednesday, March 16. I'm your host, Ed Valentine of Big Blue View. Couple of things we need to talk about today as the official start of NFL free agency has arrived. We already know a lot of the moves that the Giants have made, signing offensive lineman John Feliciano and Mark Glowinski, signing quarterback Tyrod Taylor as well on Tuesday evening. What we really need to talk about today is the Taylor signing and the future of cornerback James Bradberry with the Giants. First, let's talk about Taylor. As I wrote at Big Blue View this morning, I do not believe that this signing is meant for the Giants to bring in a quarterback to compete with Daniel Jones as the day one starter. I believe that this is GM Joe Schoen following through on his promise to try to compete in 2022 as he sets the Giants up for a better future. Schoen has said, he said at the Combine, he doesn't want to get his head beat in 2022. I think the fact that the Giants were able to get linebacker Blake Martinez and wide receiver Sterling Shepard to take pay cuts were indications that he was following through on that strategy. The signing of Taylor is much the same. We all saw what happened last year with Mike Glennon and Jake Fromm when the Giants had to play them after Daniel Jones got hurt. Obviously, that was not good. Not all Glennon's fault, not all Fromm's fault. A lot of things went wrong for the Giants a year ago, but the Giants wanted a quality veteran backup, and Tyrod Taylor is most definitely that. What it does for Daniel Jones, in my view, is yes, it pushes Daniel Jones. Yes, it puts a player in play for the Giants who could pick up the pieces for Jones if he gets hurt, or if Joe Schoen and Brian Daboll don't see enough during the 2022 season and want to move on from Jones either during the season or after the season. Taylor signed a 2-year, $11 million contract with the Giants. Escalators that could bring that contract to $17 million. Others have written this, and I mentioned it as well. This could very well be an indication that the Giants are preparing for the possibility that they don't like what they see from Jones in 2022. Jones, of course, is in the final year of his rookie deal, has a 5th-year option decision coming on May 2nd. I can't imagine at this point that the Giants would pick up that option. I think what's going to happen here is they give Jones 2022, make a decision. If they decide to move on, what you have is Tyrod Taylor as your week 1 starting quarterback for your New York Giants in 2023, probably with a young quarterback with a draft pick in reserve as the quarterback of the future. At least that's how I see it. I don't see this as a training camp competition for the starting job. I see Taylor as insurance, as a backup plan in case the Giants eventually decide they don't like what they see from Daniel Jones and decide that they have to move on and find another quarterback of the future. This backup role, this bridge quarterback role, is one that Tyrod Taylor has filled oftentimes throughout his career, and he's done it well. I would think he'll do the same for the Giants, provide them at least competent play while they find and develop their quarterback of the future. All right, the other thing we need to talk about is James Bradberry. The league year officially starts at 4 p.m. on Wednesday. I can't imagine that James Bradberry is going to be a Giant by then. The closer and closer we get to that 4 p.m. deadline, the Giants absolutely need the $12 million in cap space that moving on from Bradberry would provide. The closer we get to that deadline, the more it appears that the Giants might have to simply release Bradberry. I know they want to trade him. I know they don't want to move on without getting any value. The fact of the matter is, though, that it takes two to tango. If the Giants don't have any offers, they need that cap space more than they need James Bradberry, especially, having made fairly big plays in the free agent market for Glowinski and for Taylor. I can't imagine they have another way to pay for those and stay under the salary cap without moving on from Bradberry. And they have to be under that cap as of 4 p.m. today. That is a hard deadline. So we'll see what happens. But whether it's traded or released, I can't imagine that James Bradberry will be a Giant after 4 p.m. today. What we might hear is the Giants announce a few hours before the deadline that they're going to release Bradberry and try to entice someone to at least offer them a late round pick for Bradberry before they absolutely have to do that. That's what the Giants did a few years ago with BJ Goodson. We've seen other teams do that, where they at least wind up getting a seventh round pick or something along that line, for a player they were ultimately going to release. But we'll see if I'm right here. But in a few hours, I can't imagine that Bradberry will be with the Giants. So stay with Big Blue View, Giants fans. We'll have all of your coverage, all of the analysis. We'll be giving you a story later on today about the Georgia Pro Day, where it's also expected that GM Joe Shane is going to be in attendance to watch Trayvon Walker, to watch running back James Cook, to watch all of the Georgia prospects. So stay tuned to Big Blue View. Check us out on Facebook. Check us out on Instagram. Follow at Big Blue View on Twitter if you don't do that already. Join our community at bigblueview.com so you can chat with other Giants fans and share your opinions and feelings about your favorite NFL team. And also, of course, please subscribe here on YouTube to our channel. If you enjoy the content that I give you, if you enjoy the film breakdowns that Nick Filato has been dropping here on our channel to help you guys learn NFL draft prospects and learn something about some of the free agent signings by the Giants. So please subscribe here. And Giants fans, thank you as always for listening, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.